Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Knowledge Seeker, hosted by me. And I'm coming at you guys with a different sort of video today because it's different in a way, but this is something near and dear to my heart that needs to be talked about right now at the moment, though. And this is going to be unfiltered and really giving my opinion strongly on what I believe in. So if you're sensitive and you really like this show, then just come on, move on, and just do your own thing, though, and just leave. If you are starting to feel like your blood is boiling, just stay while you disagree and keep it moving. Then I'm about to do my opinion and just say what's on my mind right now, though. But today I'm going to be talking about Law and Order SVU. Now, Law and Order SVU is a spinoff of the original Law and Order that debuted in the early 90s in 1990. And it was created by Dick Wolf, the original creator of Law and Order, and it's a spinoff of, that show and stuff like that. And the original Law and Order, it dealt with lots of, crime stuff. It ripped things from the headlines and, had a good blend between reality and just good acting and just is a cop drama, basically, and stuff like that. And it was actually really, really good. And then so when Law and Order SVU debuted, in 99, the year I was born, it was a spinoff. And it was a fantastic show because this time it was Law and Order's the Special Victims Unit that dealt with lots of sex crimes, kidnapping, and murder, child abuse, and all that type of stuff, though. And this show actually helped raise awareness to lots of rape and child abuse and stuff that's important, though. And I have to agree, though, I did like the first couple of seasons. I think through seasons 5 and 6 were the best of the show and stuff like that. They took a lot of things from the headlines and really put their own spin to it. And I was it was very good, though. It helped raise awareness to lots of things that's going on in the world, though. But then the show kind of fell off with the second Detective Stabler left. And he was the main character in a way, and then he was the powerful here. Where is he at, though? This is Detective Stabler right here, though. He was kind of the aggressive detective. It was the good cop, bad cop. Him and Olivia Benson, the female detective. They were good cop, bad cop routine, and he was tough on crime, a family man, and believed what he stood for and stuff like that, though. And once he left it, that's when the show fell off the rails, though, because the character of Olivia Benson, Detective Benson, Mariska Hargitay, is not that interesting to me, and it just her basic arc became I'm a child conceived by rape, but I'm trying to be a Mother Teresa and help people out, though. And the show just got lots of repetitive and boring after Detective Stabler left in 2011, and then I want to say towards the 2010s, 2012, 2013, is when the show lost all its steam, and basically this show was garbage. And it basically became the woke show, though, because they actually stopped trying to, solve crimes and bring awareness to things. It just became how much can we shove politics into one episode? This became the Democratic leftist wet dream type of show, ladies and gentlemen, though. It was just that bad, though. Every other episode, it victimized men, though. As a matter of fact, though, because Mariska Hargitay became executive producer, and she writes for Law and Order right now, though. And I know this girl, though, she is definitely one of those Hillary Clinton, Democratic liberal women who hates masculinity, though, because she writes for this show, and every other episode is how much can we blame the straight white male or how gays and trans people are oppressed, which is far from the truth. All right, this show is just garbage, though. It's just how long can we blame straight white males for every single problem we have, though? And obviously, y'all, though, the show is not an accurate depiction of law enforcement. It's not an accurate depiction of law enforcement. It is not how they solve crime so easily, and there's always a deus ex machina every single episode. And in majority episodes, it's always good guys come on top, though, and stuff like that. And that is just not, it is not a good message in my opinion. And it also became, let's just believe all women, because it deals with lots of rape cases and stuff like that, though. And what they're promoting is just, let's just believe all women and all men are bad guys. The straight white man is the enemy. Every white male in this TV show is portrayed as a stalker, a rapist, a pedophile, a homophobe, and a bigot. which it just got it's not even it's not even no conspiracy at this point though. A lot of people, a lot of diehard fans of Law and Order have said though they stopped watching it because after a while it just felt like let's just shove politics into this thing and just like and it's one track minded though. I remember they had one episode with Oh no! I'm talking about this one episode that they had. One episode I actually watched way back in 2017 about this church that was like forcing their members in their congregation who's either gay or straight to have sex with the opposite sex to force them to be straight, and it was a hate crime and stuff like that though. And they were like saying like I'm a lesbian, I'm gay, and I'm suffering. We both succumb to the same sin and some stuff like that though. This show is definitely pushing the mentality that Christians are homophobic and want to either murder gay people or force them to have sex with the opposite sex and some stuff like that though, because like all the gay episodes they have paint Christians as the bad guys who are homophobic and nasty and hate all gay people. And Mariska Hargitay, let me tell you something, all right though. 9 times out of 10. All right, though, because I know the church is homophobic, though. That is definitely a fact, though. The Bible strictly says what they're doing is wrong in a way, though. So I can't, like, that's just their beliefs. You can't judge somebody for their beliefs, though. In the Quran and lots of other religions, homosexuality is deemed as bad. But y'all don't talk about that, though. But y'all, Law and Order will never have an episode like that, though, because, like, in other countries, in Iran and all these Middle Eastern cultures, though, if a woman is lesbian, if a Muslim woman is lesbian, they'll just send a guy in to rape her and throw her off a roof. And if a guy is gay, they'll cut his balls off and throw him to the wolves or something like that, though. And let me tell you something, though. Christian people just look down upon homosexuality. We are not out here committing crimes and force them to have sex with the opposite sex or gay bashing and hanging homosexuals. Like Law and Order be painting it like it's like we back in the 1800s or something like that, or we back in the 1960s. 9 times out of 10, Christians are not out here, what you call them, just hate gay people just for existing. As a matter, it's like for me though, I don't for me though, I disagree with transhumanism, but I'm not out here advocating that all trans people should die, and I'm not advocating if you're trans you should be murdered. I've never said that. I'm careful with my words. I have never said that. And yes, I believe transhumanism is wicked, and it's a mental illness. All right, there's no such thing as being born the wrong sex. And almost every single episode of Law & Order SVU paints trans people as the victims, this, that, and the third, and stuff like that, making them just seem so oppressed and being one-track minded and stuff like that, though. It's just lots of democratic, leftist, feminism bullcrap, though, y'all. And for them, and yeah, that's my thing on that though, and it's just like, and I'm also gonna say this though too though. I would not be surprised though. I low key think Mariska Hargitay could be a racist though. I'm not finna act like really just sugarcoat anything though, y'all. Though she probably wants black people to be good little niggers though, because like I am kind of biased in a way though, because I used to be a fan of hers though. I used to like Law and Order though, but then during the Trump election, all right, this back when I was a Trump supporter though, she posted something on her Instagram saying vote for change, and then I left the comments saying like vote for change though. So I bet you think that I'm racist because I'm voting for Trump, even though I'm a black person and I'm voting for Trump. How does that make you feel? And the broad blocked me. That's racist in my opinion though. So you only care about black people when I'm a Democrat and I'm conservative. And I believe the same way you believe, though. That's kind of racist in my opinion, though. But like others, well, a lot of you purist fans of Law and Order SVU will just defend that, saying like she thought you could have been a troll or something like that, though. I don't even care, though. That just, if she can do that, that's probably how she really feels about black people who are Republicans and very conservative views and stuff like that, though. Because she never does. I'm like, she writes for Law and Order, but she never does any episodes about women being the bad guys, though. And yes, Law and Order has episodes where there are female abusers, but guess what? Those episodes are far in between. Especially, they let women abusers go off with a slap on the wrist. So there's one episode where this parole officer who was a female sexually assaulted one of her what do you call somebody? Because this woman in this episode of Law and Order SVU, she was a parole officer, and she was like one of her people she had to watch to make sure they don't violate any of their parole rules or anything like that, though. She'd come in for drug testing, though. But anyway, though, she sexually assaulted him, though. And then, like, by the end, it was found out everything got done, though. But she got off, like, with no jail time and just was, like, marked as a sex offender and loses her job, though. In my opinion, though, that's still showing favoritism. Just because you're a female, you can get off on a slap on the wrist and stuff like that, though. So, like, is Law and Order is biased and like very, very like pick and choose who deserves a harsher crime than the next, though. Had a man did the same crime, 25 to life, though, but when a woman does the same crime, it's like you lose your job and just be marked on the thing as a sex offender. So, yeah. It's a very leftist bullcrap, and it's not even accurate depiction of law enforcement, how they solve crimes so easily and stuff like that, though. It's just not even, it's not good. It's really not good. And for them to say this represents female empowerment, though, because you got two female police officers helping people out, though. Like, this is feminist garbage, though, because, like, I told y'all, every other episode is like men bad, women good. Men bad, women good. Toxic masculinity is of the devil. Every man in this show is either a stalker, a murderer, a rapist, and a thief. And all the above. And trans people are the victims in every episode. Not to mention, though, by season 20 or 21 or 22, though, well, seasons earlier, the character Olivia Benson, the detective woman right here, though, she managed to adopt a child and like a kid. His name is Noah, and that was like 8 years ago. The character of Noah is now 8 years old, and is now 8 years old, and her adoptive son came out as bisexual at the age of 8 years old. And I'm gonna drag this abroad right here because I know Mariska Hargitay wrote that episode to have, because she has biased political agendas, though. And I'm like, this is like, you are grooming. This is grooming behavior, in my opinion, though. There is no point in time an 8-year-old kid should be saying, I'm bisexual. That is sexualizing a minor. For Law and Order to claim they hate pedophilia, they hate people abusing children, but you can write an episode about an 8-year-old kid being bisexual. When I was 8 years old, I didn't I wasn't even trying to even be interested in girls like that, though. I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I wanted to be Spider-Man or Batman. When you're 8 years old, you don't even know much about relationships or want to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. But she wrote an episode of an 8-year-old coming out the closet and knowing who they are and what they like. Come on, man. It's time to cancel Law and Order. It's time to cancel Mariska Hargitay. And Ice-T is the biggest coon promoting all this debauchery behavior. This show is garbage. Law and Order is garbage. It is garbage. It is garbage. It's lost its steam, though. The second we lost Detective Stabler, that's when the show went down the hill, though. Because like nobody remotely thinks the character Olivia Benson is cool. As a matter of fact, though, her character arc is just boring, in my opinion. It's just boring, in my opinion. Every episode just became the straight white male is the enemy and believe all women Me Too movement. Let's just shove so much politics into these episodes and just feminize everything. So, yeah, I'm finished. I said all I can say about this show. It's garbage. It's not worth anybody's time. It's not worth anybody's time. Anybody's time.